Hey guys, so my hair and my makeup are done and I thought I should be documenting this, right? Anyways, it's Thursday. I wasn't going to film today, but hey, I did my hair and makeup, so here we are. Today Mika has to go up to the children's hospital. We have an appointment up there. Her doctor actually left very abruptly. Like a week after we saw her, we got a letter that she and another doctor left and went elsewhere. Where, we do not know, or we would go follow that doctor, honestly, because we really liked her. Mika liked her. Mika trusted her. But she left. And the new doctor that came in, they said wasn't going to start actually making scheduled appointments till like late summer. Then this COVID stuff happened, and now they're saying fall. She was due back in April. A bunch of her medicines changed. She needs like labs, and she needs to see the doctor, follow up, all that stuff. But there's no way to do it. So we've also had all this like weather that's been going like 80-30, 80-30, all kinds of crazy stuff, and record highs, record lows. And so we are here to find out if it's her medicine changes or if it's the weather that's affecting her so badly right now. Let me see your sticker.
What's it say?
It says, I brought my mask today, so they don't take it back when you go out the door and sanitize it for someone else. Because they're using...
The same mask?
Yeah. Did you see the bucket of them?
Uh-huh.
They're taking them and they're giving them to people, and then when you leave, you give it back and they wash it and give it to somebody else. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Forward march. Let's go. Do you remember? Okay, so we're here using the bathroom and stuff. We came in the door. They made us sanitize our hands, asked us a billion questions, and sent us where we're going. And they made us put on a sticker because they're giving people masks to wear, and then when you go out the door, you give it back and they sanitize it for someone else. Anyways, we're gonna get to her appointment. Okay, so many hours later, we are home. All the kids are watching movies. I fell asleep for about 20 minutes and my head is pounding. So I have cooked up a pound of ground beef. I threw a couple of handfuls of frozen mushrooms in there. Anytime I get mushrooms really cheap on sale at Aldi, like 69 cents a package, I slice up a ton of them, like 12 to 20 packages, throw them in Ziploc bags and freeze them, because then I can just pull them out, put handfuls of them into my meat if I'm cooking it, or just to saute them with dinner. And they taste so much better than canned mushrooms. They really, really do. So anyways, I'm going to cook this a little longer until all the mushrooms are warmed through. And then I'm going to season it with some Italian seasoning, garlic powder, and onion powder. And then I didn't really feel like spaghetti noodles, so I am boiling a box of these bow tie. And then now I have combined them and added 2 cans of ragu chunky mushroom pasta sauce and a can of olives, about 3/4 of the can of olives. I saved a little bit of them to go with our salad, but this is going to be dinner tonight. I added tomatoes, so I just chopped up 2 heads of romaine, added cheese and olives, and that's going to be our salad tonight. And that's it. That's dinner.
See, her fans were mad for her. They'd scream and cry and laugh. They'd chase her everywhere she went to get her autograph. In fact, they'd chase her all day long. It never, ever stopped.
When he asked her about her trip beneath their favorite tree, she simply said, "Oh, it was fun. Rather just be me." Hey guys, so I am sitting in the car because it's quiet and the kids are all inside eating ice cream their papa brought over. So I thought I would kind of update on Mika and her doctor's appointment. We went yesterday to Children's. I was vlogging our day, but by the time we got home, my head was killing me. I ate on the way home. Mika wanted Sonic, and since she had to have blood work, I said okay. And so we stopped. She got fries and a ocean water slush, and I grabbed some mozzarella sticks and a Coke, but I guess it just was too late in the day because it was like 2 o'clock, and I don't know, my head was already hurting, and by the time we got home, it was like full-fledged migraine. So I just kind of threw dinner together, read kids bedtime stories, like after a little bit of watching TV, and they had baths and went to bed at like 7:30, and I took a hot shower and went to bed right after and slept it off mostly. I still don't feel like, I feel really run down from it, but I don't know. I think I just let the stress of everything get to me because, I mean, it's hard. I've had people tell me it shouldn't be hard. I've had people tell me that I should thank God she doesn't have something where it's terminal. And I do. But I don't think that those people realize the pain she lives in. And she is really, really good at putting on the I'm fine front. And it's hard to see her hurting and trying to make everybody happy by telling them she's not hurting and knowing that, you know, she's not okay. So as I was saying earlier in the first part of the video, we saw her doctor in February for a 1-year follow-up type of just yearly checkup thing, and her doctor ran all the labs and all that, and her doctor never said a word to us. And then a week later we got a letter that said her doctor was leaving, and so was the other doctor on staff there and the head of the department. And so I don't know what happened there, but they just kind of left. And they said all future appointments will be canceled, and we had an appointment for April, and it was a follow-up because they changed all her meds and everything in February, and they just canceled it. And I called, and because the letter had said there was new doctors coming in and that we could schedule with one of them, so I called. They said, oh, well, we're not ready, we don't have things set up with insurance and this and that yet, you'll have to wait, we'll call you in between June and August. And then they called me back about a month later and they said, due to COVID-19, we wanted to let you know that it may be fall before we can ever schedule her for next year. And I was like, well, you know, what are we supposed to do? Because her med changes really messed her up and she's not doing good. And they were like, well, I'm sorry, all we can do is just refill her meds for now. There's nobody here for her to see. And I mean, it was just kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. And then they sent out a letter that stated that once things were better with the COVID and once they got people in for appointments, that the new doctors were going to evaluate every patient that the other doctors were seeing and decide which ones they were going to keep and not keep, because there was, that's just kind of how they do it. Like, we waited like 2 years for Mika to get seen, and then we went in and they decided, yeah, her arthritis is bad enough, we're going to keep her as our patient, because they have so many people that need seen that if you're not bad enough off in their opinion, they don't see you. And that's kind of a sucky thing, because if you're not in a full-fledged arthritis flare and you're doing really good at the time when they finally see you, then they could say, oh, you're fine. And maybe you are at that time, but 2 weeks from there, you could swell up in all your joints and not be able to walk. And so, it just happened that when Mika went in there, she was having a really, really bad flare. And so when they looked at her, they kept her. But now we had to go in and do all that over again. And it was scary. And I was up all night stressing about whether or not they were going to keep her or drop her. And if they dropped her, what we were going to do, because the closest, we're in central Oklahoma, the closest children's hospital where we could go to see a children's rheumatologist would be Houston, Texas. And that's like 8-ish hours drive, I think, maybe more. And so I was really stressed. And we got up and we went there, and Mika got sick to her stomach about 4 times on the way there because she was just stressed about the new doctor, and she doesn't do well with needles, and she was really stressed about if they were going to do blood work because it was a new doctor. And so it was a long drive up there. And then we got there and they had their little area set up where you have to sanitize your hands, and if you don't have a mask, you have to borrow theirs, and if you do have a mask, they have to put a sticker on you that says you know, this mask is yours, you can take it out of the building type of thing. And then we had to go through and answer all these questions about how many people we've been around in the last 21 days, all their names, where stores we've been in, just a billion questions. And then by the time we got through all that, got up to the doctor, we went right to a room and we waited about 30 minutes in the room. And then we saw the doctor, and Mika actually did like her, and she did decide to keep Mika as a patient. But she also gave her 2 new diagnoses. Well, like 1 new firm diagnosis, the other she ran labs for, and so it was hard. Yeah. I'm sorry, I had to kind of regroup there for a minute. So the doctor diagnosed her with having something I'm going to mispronounce badly, Ehlers-Danlos, something like that. It's joint hypermobility syndrome, and basically her joints come in and out of socket really easily, and it's not a good thing. And she suggested that after all this COVID stuff is over, we do physical therapy for her hips and knees and try to help with some of the pain, because she said that's part of what's causing her so much pain. And then she asked me if anybody in my family has ankylosing spondylitis, and unfortunately we know that one very well, because that's something that runs extremely thick through our family. It's something that everybody seems to have in our family, and my brother has it really, really bad, like really debilitatingly bad. And it was the last thing I wanted to hear. I mean, but she said that Mika's starting to show a lot of signs of it, and it's genetic, and it's a genetic autoimmune disease. And she said that she needed to do a blood draw and see if she has it, and she said she may test negative and still have it, which my brother also is somebody that tests negative and has it. And so it was okay. It's something that I didn't want to hear. It was something that I was hoping I would never hear. It's such a debilitating form of arthritis that I was truly hopeful that they would never, ever feel that she needed that diagnosis or that she was showing signs of that, but she is. And she started having problems in her back and her rib cage and her spine and like hips. And so anyways, I don't know. When she said it, Mika looked at me and she said, "Mom, that's what Uncle Mikey has." And I said, "I know, baby." And she just started crying and she, you know, she had a face mask on and she could hardly breathe, and she was hyperventilating because she got so upset, because she just wants to do so many things. She wants to travel the world and be a missionary, and she wants to join the army, and she wants to adopt her own children, and she wants to garden and can and do all these things. And she's somebody that, you know, she's got all these goals and all these plans, and she wants to do so much good in the world. And she's like, "I'm never going to do anything I want to do when I grow up." And I said, "No, you know, Mikey was a grown-up before he went to the doctor, and you're a little kid, and we're taking care of it now, so maybe you'll be better than, you know, hurting so bad all your life." And she just cried and cried and cried, and then she started breathing hard, and then she hyperventilated, and then she cried some more, and then I finally got her calm, and then the doctor came back in and talked to us some more, and she hugged on Mika some, and Mika told her she liked her and that she wasn't crying because she was mad at her, and she wanted the doctor to not be upset. she said she was just having a bad minute, and that's Mika. Mika wants everybody to be happy, and so she was worried that she hurt the doctor's feelings by crying, and she had every right in the world to cry, and she didn't know anybody an explanation, but she just wanted the doctor to be happy. And anyways, the doctor there said she was going to keep Mika as her patient. We'll have blood test results next week sometime, maybe Monday or Tuesday. And until then, all we can do is just pray, pray, pray. And just pray some more. The youth minister at our church and I have been talking back and forth, and he's going to add her to our Wednesday night, or Sunday, no, let's see, today's Friday, to Sunday morning service, to the prayer request and stuff, and make sure that she's on her service, so that when they do the live online service, that the members of our church know to pray for her and pray for the results. And yeah, it's just, it seems like everything is bittersweet. You know, the first time she went to the doctor there, I was so scared they were going to not take her. And at the same time, I wanted them to say, no, she's perfectly fine. She doesn't need us. And so when we went in and they said they were keeping her as a patient, I think I almost fell on the floor, because I was like, oh, thank God they're taking her, because somebody's going to help her. And at the same time, I was like, oh my God, that means my daughter's that bad. That means my daughter's in the, like, 3% of children with arthritis that are bad enough to need this doctor. And it just, it's like a roller coaster, you know. And then we went in there, and I thought, you know, we're going to find out if they're going to keep her or if we're going to be driving to Houston all the time. And again, you know, like I said, she tells us she's going to keep her, and then she starts throwing out all these other diagnoses, and it was like, oh, thank God they're, you know, keeping her. And then it was like, how can somebody who's only 9 years old have so many struggles and so many battles, and yet be so much stronger than I am? You know, this is only, I think, the third time in 9 years I've ever seen her cry for herself. I mean, even when she gets hurt, she doesn't cry for herself. She wants you to think she's okay, and she is such a people pleaser. And this was, I think, really the third time I've ever seen her cry, where she just had a moment and she felt like she needed to let it out. And I don't know. I think part of my migraine last night was me being so overwhelmed, and I'm still trying to process a lot of things, and maybe that's why I'm so run down today. We've done nothing but eat and watch movies, and that's okay. We have not done school today. We didn't do school yesterday. I planned on it, but then I got home and I was just such in a place that we didn't. We just watched movies yesterday too. So Monday's going to be a better day. Monday's going to be good. Anyways, if you are a praying person, I would appreciate if you would pray for her results on Monday, Tuesday, whatever day they come in. And if you are a not a praying person, if you would just keep her in her thoughts, in your thoughts. See, I'm still so upset I can't talk. I would appreciate it. And I think that's it on the Mika front. Every time James is home, it's pouring rain or trying to snow. And this Saturday is supposed to be sunny, and then Sunday it's supposed to rain again. So if he gets everything he needs to get done tomorrow morning, we are going to finish plowing the garden and get all the seeds in, I hope, and all the started plants in. So that would be our Saturday plans. Sunday it's supposed to rain all day, so we'll be stuck in the house, I think. I don't know. We wanted to get the fence built for the cows this weekend too. Tomorrow may be a really, really, really busy day. maybe while he's doing the stuff he needs to do in the morning, maybe he can go get the fencing material, and some of us can work on pounding T-post, like me, and he can work on plowing my garden. And then when he gets it plowed, me and the kids can work on the garden, and maybe he and CJ can work on pulling out all the barbed wire and all that. I don't know, but we're getting close to cows, guys. And that's the positive part of my day. We're getting close to a garden. We're getting close to cows. It's supposed to freeze tonight, but then that's supposed to be our last freeze. Is anyways what one of the weather guys says. I hope he's right, because it's almost May and I don't have my plants out, and it's crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna get off here. I've got to get inside. They have probably ate all that ice cream their grandpa brought over, and I need to start dinner, and I haven't taken anything out because I've just been in La La Land. I don't even know what I'm gonna make for dinner. I was supposed to make chicken tempura, and I never took chicken out, so I guess I could go get the chicken and throw it in the microwave on defrost and do that. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video here, but I just wanted to kind of let you guys know how her appointment went and where we stand. So, basically, juvenile arthritis sucks. It really sucks. And we're just gonna have to wait and pray. So, anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed coming along with us. And if you did, I hope that you'll subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up. And I would love to chat in the comments below. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hey guys, I would love it if you would check out some of these other videos as well.